One of the worst things that you can do is fight in front of your kids. And the thing... We're fighting. Look, we're already fighting. Okay. So my husband and I have a really great marriage therapist. And because we fight.
Notice you didn't say a really great marriage therapist. What did she say about fighting?
Well, okay, so we used to think it was really bad that we fought in front of Maddie, and she said it's not bad to fight in front of your kids because it teaches them conflict resolution, and what they will do is take into their relationship the tools that they've learned from you. So if, you get angry, but you remain respectful, and then you resolve the problem, or you walk away before it gets ugly, that's sort of the way that your child will treat their own relationships. Or if you're like me, you lose your shit, you say some nasty things, you have a problem calming down, and you walk away because you're so angry and you don't resolve it, she's going to learn that. So so we've had to work really hard to try to keep it cool, and if we can see that it's not going to be resolved, we have to have a mini resolution.
Right.
We're just going to walk away from this, but then you have to try and pull off this Academy Award-winning performance that you don't actually hate each other in front of her, because you need her to see that even though we're angry, we still love each other.
Right. You don't say the mean things when you fight. You stick with the topic on hand. You don't go off base. You don't say, oh, well, I thought you were cooking dinner. By the way, I hate that sweater you're wearing. That's so irrelevant, right? We taught to fight fair and never to say things that weren't relevant or were from ancient history, bringing up something that might still be a sensitive topic to somebody, never talking about somebody's appearance or something like that. It's funny because I was raised in a family where my parents didn't fight in front of us. And I know the idea was to present the united front for the kids. But I have to say it was very frustrating for me because I'd be like, Mom, there's absolutely no way you could agree with Dad right now. Why aren't you standing up for yourself?
Yeah.
Right? So
absolutely.
I found it really frustrating. You don't want the role model for your kids to go away with be like, you just agree with what the dude says. I mean, I wouldn't say we fight, but I certainly let the kids know that I have very different opinions from Dad on a lot of things, and that's okay.
Yeah. And the other good thing about sort of having it out in front of your kid is you're not only showing her that it's safe for Mommy and Daddy to disagree, but what I've learned a lot is, to take a deep breath. And if I'm wrong, if I misunderstood something and this whole thing blew up because of that, it's really hard for me to suck it up and say sorry.
Oh, you got to say the sorry.
I know, but
you got to own it,
man. Really
man.
hard time. Yeah. But as soon as I'm accountable for that thing, my anger just goes away.
Right.
Because I realize, you know what, we're all off the hook now because I said, it was my fault. Yeah. And that is really important for Maddie, especially right now because she's 5 and she's in this, I didn't do it, so-and-so, you pushed me, you made me drop my milk.
All the blamey blame, that drives me nuts, the blamey blame. If I mess up with my kids, I'll be like, oh, sorry, I misunderstood that. You know what? Yep. You're absolutely right. I'm so sorry. I'm going to do a better job listening next time.
And I don't think your kids should ever think that you're right 100% of the time, because then they won't believe you, because they'll know in situations that you are wrong.
Right.
And if you don't step it up and say, sorry, Mommy overreacted or Mommy misunderstood that, then you're not going to have credibility as a figurehead to them.
Plus, you're going to be raising a bunch of kids to do the same thing, and wait till you both have fights where nobody admits that they're, they've misstepped or they're ready to apologize. I think the other big piece of this is around the forgiveness. And I know for us, we have our family core values posted in our family room. And one of those core values is be quick to forgive. We have to be quick to forgive. Something happens, forgive and move on. So somebody will be, if they're sorry, the other person really has to be gracious. They have to accept the apology and they have to move on and not throw it back in their face every time they screw up.
Well, you have to admit, if you are accepting an apology, you've accepted it. If you're still angry, then you still have to work through it. You can't just throw out, an apology, and you can't just accept one.
Or you can say what my 7-year-old said to me last week. It's okay, Mommy. I accept your apology, but not your behavior.
Whoa!
Who taught you that?
My core values are also posted, and they say, if you see things escalate, get Mummy wine.
So what about you? Do you fight in front of the kids? What have your experiences been? Share in the comments. Give us your take on this topic, and don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah.
Don't want to miss out on the fun.